Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Atmospheric, a mod that adds in a couple biomes, but also adds in a lot of nuances that you might find in amongst all this stuff. Let's start with the rainforest. In the rainforest, you should find rosewood and morado varieties of trees. And if you're lucky enough, you'll find some passion vines. Simple enough to break, you don't need shears. You can place them on the wall and climb them like regular vines. If you collect enough of them, you can make a passion vine coil. Throw it on your nearest wall, and you can climb it very easily. If you get one more of those, you can make a block. Now, this actually has some functionality besides looking interesting. You can place it down, and whether above or below, it will fill the facing that's connected to it with more vines. There's 3 varieties of monkey brush: warm, hot, and scalding, each of which you can get some different dyes from. It can decorate any side of any block, top, bottom, or otherwise. Now, if you bone meal some of these passion vines, you also can get some passion fruit. If you eat it though, it turns into a projectile weapon while you're spitting out the seeds. You get an effect called spitting, which you can use to your advantage if you know how to do it. You can also make shimmering passion fruit. Surrounding it with several gold ingots, you can get Spitting 2, which is a machine gun version of what you had before. There's also passion fruit tarts, which are just tasty to eat, and passion fruit sorbet, which, while interesting and very saturating, will give you a very high slowness effect. Now from these, you can actually make some potions: Potion of Relief and Worsening. Potion of Relief uses the shimmering passion fruit and some awkward potion. If you add in a fermented spider eye, you can then turn it into a potion of worsening. Now this can be used to your advantage, of course. For example, I'm doing a mere 4 damage to this dummy. If I add a potion of worsening and I attack, I now do 1 more point of damage with the same weapon. If I take a potion of worsening 2, it increases that by another point of damage to a maximum of 6. Just with this simple wooden sword. Now, to give an example of a potion of relief, I am injuring myself on a cactus, and you can see now that it is no longer doing any damage to me. What damage it does do is rapidly repaired. To further explain, I've got a potion of harm. This does 2.5 hearts of damage. If I take a splash potion of relief, then I use that harm. I'm only doing 2 points of damage to myself. If I use the relief 2 potion, and then use that same harm potion, I'm only doing 1.5. Now let's get into the dunes. In the dunes, you'll likely find a variety of yucca trees and shrubs. Throughout this biome, you'll find lots of prickly, annoying things that will try and hurt you. Not everything. Aloe, though, is one of those that, when it's grown to maturity, will definitely hurt to walk on. Breaking it, you should get some aloe kernels that you can replant. If it's a mature enough plant, you should get some aloe leaves. Eating these will give you the gelled effect, which, if you have a fire nearby, will do reduced fire damage to you. If the effect wears out though, you better watch out. Now if you break one with yellow blossoms on it, you can use those, of course, for yellow dye. The aloe leaves themselves can be used to make aloe gel bottles and aloe bundles. The bundles are just a way of storing it, but the gel bottles, they can give you a gelled effect for a much longer duration, which can also put you out if you are currently on fire. Now if you make an aloe gel block from these, it resembles a slime block in a lot of ways, but it's more like a spider web with poison. As you can see here, I have the poison effect, though I'm also gelled. It's pretty good for mob farm creations. Now you might also find yucca flowers, whether on the ground or in trees. They will have a knockback and a damage that they do. If you break one, you should get the flower. If you break one of the tall ones, you'll only get the double flowers. You won't get the tall ones. How to get those? Well, you simply just bone meal them and you can get a whole bunch of them. They're also good for light gray dye. You'll often find yucca trees in dunes biomes as well. They sometimes are decorated with these yucca bundles hanging from yucca branches. If you break the bundle, you should get yucca fruit, which can be eaten and will give you some effects. But they can also be crafted into lime dye and yucca juice. If you drink the yucca juice, you should get a persistence effect. To show you how this works, it's an effect that gives you more speed the hungrier you are. Here I am giving myself a lot of hunger effects so that I drain my food bar, and I've got quite a speed going. I'm just walking right now. Now you can take a furnace or a campfire and cook the yucca fruit, and you get roasted versions, which don't have effects anymore, but they are good for making gâteau, and just eating as a regular item. They're pretty good. Now if you eat the yucca gâteau, it will also give you the persistence effect. But the more you eat, of course, the slower you're going to move. You have to be careful about these yucca bundles though, because if you break the branch, they could be very dangerous. Now you don't have to just clear the desert, you can also bone meal the arid areas. Be careful, some of them are going to hurt. Speaking of hurting plants, the yucca leaves on the trees, they also hurt. Speaking of more things that hurt, barrel cactus. Yes, they're really cool, and they give you a poison and a damage effect. When you break it, the bigger they are, the more barrel cactus that they give you. They can also be used for making orange dye. You might also find in the dunes shrines, which will likely have some kind of treasure, but also danger inside. You'll probably want to look around and loot the area. And that about does it for atmospheric. It has more content coming, but this is what's currently available at this time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, be sure to spread the mischief. Stop by on Twitch, hit that notification bell, and hey, I'll see you guys next time.